higher the student involvement level, the higher their grades are, and the more likely they are to enroll for the semester. My sources were blog.orgsync.com, www.brainyquote.com, www.nesa.org, and www.rochester.edu. Productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. So one of the first things that helped me to make it to college was the amount of effort that I put in grades. I learned the effort that I used to make those good grades through the long process that was my Eagle Scout project. I spent over 2 years creating and finishing this project. I built a shed that was 30 feet by 20 feet by 10 feet tall, costed around $2,000 to create, and it was just overall a large project that seemed insurmountable, but I finished it, so it wasn't. Once I completed the project, it really helped me to put a better perspective on life and everything that I do, because it seemed insurmountable and like I wouldn't be able to finish it, but I did finish it. So now, whenever I have a project or homework or anything that seems like it might be insurmountable, I can think about my project and realize that as much planning and effort into achieving my goals that I put into this project, I can use that to accomplish anything. Now, only about 5% of Boy Scouts make it to Eagle, so that just shows how much of a big deal this project really was and how important it was. I also received a significant amount of help from my dad. If it wasn't for him pushing me in a lot of ways, then I probably wouldn't have been able to make my Eagle Scout, and I wouldn't be able to see the benefit of the effort that I put in there, and I wouldn't be able to translate that into the rest of my life. If it wasn't for that extra push, then I just wouldn't have been able to make it. For a long time, sports have been viewed as a way to stay healthy and in shape, but their importance goes much further. As a matter of fact, playing sports teaches life lessons like discipline, responsibility, self-confidence, accountability, and teamwork. I was involved in my school through playing just about any sport that I possibly could. I went to a small Catholic school, so that made it easier to play different sports, and that made it easier for me to gain different types of skill sets from different kinds of sports. Although there wasn't as much competition in making the teams, that doesn't take away from the value of actually being able to learn in a different way, because it makes you use your mind and your body in different ways, and it helped me to learn how to learn in multiple ways. And if you are a good learner in multiple ways, that can translate to most anything in your life and will help you to become very successful. I was also involved in choir, and this is where I learned a great portion of the love I have for music. I've always been slightly musically inclined and enjoyed it, maybe a little more so than the average person, but this is where I actually found out that I had some musical ability and that I really loved music. A very influential person in my life was my choir director. I still talk to him 3 years later. He really helped bring out the love that I had for music and show me another way to learn and another way to give effort and do my best. All that being said, I was also involved outside of school. I was involved in Boy Scouts, as I said. I was involved in a country western dancing group, and I was also involved in my church. In addition to my Eagle Scout project, I learned and gained a lot of valuable things from my Eagle. So one experience that I had was to Philmont Scout Ranch. It's a mountain range in New Mexico of about 500 square miles, where a lot of scouts go to take hiking trips through the mountains, and it's just an overall really awesome experience. Now, my specific experience was very unique in that we had one fellow scout that could have potentially died on the trail. We were on the trail on the side of a mountain, and he was very, very sick, caught a virus, and it hit him really, really quick. So he almost fell off the mountain, but someone grabbed him and stopped him from falling off. After that, we had to hike an extra 3 miles to the next camp to get someone to come back, and we hiked the 3 miles back, picked him up, got them to figure him out, hike him a mile to the nearest road so they can take him to base camp and get him all fixed up. So he's fine now, but the experience was a very unique one. He earned the nickname Bonus Miles because of all the extra miles we hiked for him. The country western dance group I was talking about was the Little and Elite Wranglers. It was here that I learned my love for country western dancing. Now, this is one of the things that I am most passionate about in life, and without this, I think I would be a very different person today. Ever since I was 7 years old, I have enjoyed dancing, and I've only grown exponentially in my love for it. Another thing I was involved in was church. I was confirmed at St. Thomas Aquinas, and I spent a lot of time taking classes there and learning about my faith, as well as my school, which is a Catholic school, where I got to learn even more about my faith in a very large extent. Now, all of my experiences have influenced me to be the person that I am today in different ways. I'm very grateful for those experiences, for experiencing everything I have, the good, the bad. Without those experiences, I could be an entirely different person.